after we get to contact, the next step in this hitting process is what we call extension. Okay, this is very, very important, driving through the baseball. A lot of times, the little guys that come and see me, and even the high school and amateur hitters that come and see me, they have everything perfect, okay, until contact, and then they just continue around and they don't ever get extended through the baseball. This is very hard because a lot of times kids want to jump forward, move forward. They have a hard time separating their body and their hands. Remember, our head has to stay centered at all times, okay? Because once that front foot hits, there's no more forward movement with our body. So once we get down to contact, this extension point through the inside part of the baseball, okay, is just this simple punching move through it, okay? Heads down. After extension, we now go to finish. One thing I want to hit on, and I make all my kids do, is keep their head down at finish. I've mentioned a ton of common flaws that youth hitters have and even amateur hitters have. One of the biggest things is that they don't keep their head down. Everyone wants to watch the baseball. Okay, I'm a firm believer in let's control everything that we can and the results will take care of itself. All right, it's that 80-20 rule. Okay, let's concentrate on 20% of the things we need to give us 80% of those results. Let's not focus on those results and let everything that we can control go out of hand. All right, so make sure all of your hitters keep their head down through contact. Okay, watch a professional game. Watch a hitter take BP or a major league player in the on-deck circle. A lot of times they'll take their swings and their head is still down all the way until they get back to their stance. They over-exaggerate. It's so, so important. You can have the best swing in Major League Baseball, and if you don't keep your head down, obviously you're not going to be successful hitting the baseball. All right, so that's one thing I think you guys should stress, and everyone should stress more with their youth hitters, is to keep our head down after contact. If they don't, create some type of punishment for them in terms of burpees or push-ups, and make it competition, make it something fun for the kids. Also, they must finish with two hands. Now I know you watch a lot of big league hitters, they'll finish with one hand, but I think and I know that a lot of amateur hitters see that and then they start finishing or letting go before they finish their extension. Okay, so just to make it easy, make them finish with two hands through their swing with their head down. I tell all my lessons, man, when you make it to the big leagues, then you can start letting go with one hand. And you'd be surprised, a lot of kids, when they hold on to the bat with two hands, hit the ball twice as hard. And it takes a couple times for them to realize that, but once they do, it's awesome to see. They start extending through the baseball a little bit more, start hitting the ball a lot harder.
All right, guys, moving right on with our same examples from our last video. Got Andre Ethier on the left, Troy Tulowitzki on the right. Okay, we're going to take you guys through the extension part of the swing, all right, and then show you how they finish through contact, all right, and then how they finish after contact. As you see, Andre Ethier, we'll start with him on the left. He's down at contact. He's got his power L's and a strong front side. And now from here, you'll see him extend through the baseball or continue his bat along the same hitting plane as the baseball, staying inside it and driving through. What happens a lot of time with amateur hitters is they'll get to contact and they'll spin right off. They'll never get their hands extended through the baseball. So right here, he's at contact, and then he's extending his arms or his hands through contact. Very, very important to stay inside the baseball. Very, very important to have power. We need this extension point. And not only that, guys, but as we get older, we'll have pitchers that are able to mix it up a little bit, and you are going to get fooled. It's going to happen to you over and over and over. Well, if we extend right from here, now we're in the contact zone a little bit longer. All right, we might be able to still put the bat on the ball and muscle out to the outfield or give ourselves a good chance of squaring up the ball and hitting it hard. And That's a lot better, obviously, than swinging and miss. And a lot of times when you don't get extended through the baseball, you pull off. Your bat's not in the zone that long, and you will miss a lot, especially when you get older and you start facing a little bit better pitching. Let's continue with this. Right, his head stays down, but I want you guys to notice here. Obviously, he's starting to let go of the bat and pull his head up to get ready to run. But his head was down. And one thing that's very important is you can still see his head is down through the middle of his body still. Okay, he has not gone forward. So there's that pole that we're spinning around. You must spin around it every single time. Okay, when we start going forward, our bat drags. We lose a lot of power. We get out of our legs. Causes a lot of issues. Okay, so let's move on to Tulowitzki now. Down to contact. You see again, he's got his power L's. Strong front side. Now he's getting to contact. Man, look at how much that bat is bent. We're extending through, pushing through contact right here. Heads down. Again, he's spinning right along that pole, that center line or center axis. He's spinning right around it. Okay. Now, look at his back side, guys. His heel's up, all right, and his toe is pointed towards the pitcher. He has gotten into a full pivot. All right, very, very important. You guys fully rotate your backside all the way around. Finish with our head down, okay, and in the center of our body. And now look, he's not letting go of the bat until virtually he's getting ready to run. And that's why he's letting go. So he's finishing with two hands. And same thing with Ethier, guys, is he's finishing virtually with two hands, and he starts letting go way back here. All right? A lot of times with youth hitters, they'll start letting go about right here. All right, and then they lose a lot of power, man. These pro guys, they finish their swing all the way and let go after. All right, so that's the difference between a professional hitter letting go with one hand or swinging the bat with one hand finish and holding on to the bat with two hands versus an amateur hitter who lets go of it a little too early and it causes a loss of power big time. In our finish. So head down, extend through contact, extend through the inside part of the baseball, finishing with our head right in the center axis, swinging with two hands, keeping a strong front side, heel up, and toe pointed towards the pitcher in our finish.